RG Long, and I am coming at you again today with another list of epic indie books. I'm real excited about doing this type of video specifically because it's a lot of fun to get to see all these other indie books and kind of take my first reaction to them. And I think I've decided that, like, if I click buy on one of these books, that's going to be like the real test. Like, again, these books, this is my first reaction to these books and how I kind of see them and look at them and things like that. And so hopefully you can determine if you want to click buy on these books and pick up and support an epic indie author. But for me, it's going to be like, okay, it's really going to matter if I'm the one who hits buy on these books. Now, just so that we can review here real quick, with each of these books that I have, I've got two every single week that I want to review from you. And we're going to look at the cover, the blurb, which means the description, the first page, and the reviews. I'm going to look at each one of those, grade them thumbs up or thumbs down, and let you make a determination from there. And the very first book that we're going to look at is called Dominion by Sam Ferguson. It's actually book 2 in his series. And so what I want to do is let you know that Dominion is coming out and it's something that you need to check out for sure. But since that you might not know who Sam Ferguson is or his works, let's go ahead and look at his first book and get a first reaction from that. This is Sam Ferguson's book, Ascension in Dragons of Kendualdern. I feel good about Kendualdern. I think that's what we're going to land with right there. Okay, so looking at this, let's check out this cover. This cover looks pretty sweet, I gotta admit. Like a pretty sweet dragon looking here, going here. Now it's Ascension, right? So we're talking about like rising and going up. This book really kind of sticks out to me because you have a dragon, but if you look behind it, is that like a battle going on back there, or is it like dusty, or is it just mountainous terrain? Not really sure, but that's pulling me in though. I really love the dragon and I love the typography as well. And then looking at his first book that we have here, so book 1 is Ascension, book 2 Dominion. It's a pretty sweet book cover, looking great. Okay, so we want to look at the book cover, we did that. Now we want to go in and check out this description. So here we are, I'll read it for you. Gorliad, I like that name. Gorliad is the first crown prince to hatch in centuries, but can he rule? Destined to one day conquer a kingdom of his own, he begins his rigorous training and progresses wonderfully. That is, until a rival dragon descends upon the kingdom in a ferocious battle that leaves Gorliad crippled and bereft of his birthright. The young dragon will need to find the fires deep within his soul if he's to overcome his handicap, but even victory may bring defeat, as he will have to risk his father's kingdom and everything in it to ascend to his promised throne. Ascension is the first book in the Dragons of Kendualdern series, an epic adventure featuring fire-breathing dragons and explosive action. It's perfect for fans of Jessica Drake, Bryce O'Connor, and Jada Fisher. Hey, there you go. Okay, so cover, I didn't say thumbs up or not on cover. Definitely thumbs up on the cover, but also for the description, I think thumbs up. This is good. This is not a ton of description. We've got, I think we have one name in the whole thing, right? And it's Gorliad, right? So that's really good. You don't get bogged down a whole bunch of different names and trying to remember who's who before you even click on the book. So I'm in for this. I like this. So great description. I'm going to say thumbs up on that description as well. Good job there, Sam. Now that's fantastic. Hey, let's do the look inside and read that first page. Chapter 1. All right, so here we are, very first page. Algeron pulled his polished cloth up and wiped the smudge from the newly laid egg. The blood and mucus, slid away as he poured the bucket of water over the shell, then worked in a circular motion with his cloth. He whistled an ancient tune, one taught to him by the former nursery master, Fulgar Apatine. Fulgar Apatine. Yeah, I like that. The tune was supposed to soothe the unborn form still inside the shell. Oh, or so Fulgar had said. A bit of the warm blood clung to Algarian's hand, but he didn't mind. I mind a lot. He just wiped it on the front of his leather apron and continued cleaning the egg. The creamy white colored shell began to sparkle before him as he put a bit of extra elbow grease into clearing the muck from its surface. Another common, Algeron sighed. He tossed his cloth to the top of the egg and whistled out the nearest nursery worker. "Come and take this one," he said without waiting to see which worker it was he had called. He descended down the ladder as he moved on to the next egg. As the nursery master, it was his responsibility to reveal the eggs, which in turn would show what kind of dragon lay inside. Most of the time the eggs were white, or perhaps pale yellow, or very light tan. These were the common dragons, those who would be born to serve others. Okay, I like that first page there. That's pretty engaging. I kind of want to throw up a little bit talking about blood and stuff like that, but that's just me, okay? Maybe it's that, but it's interesting. So you have someone who's working in the dragon nursery. All right, cool. And it says it's his job to reveal whether or not we have a common dragon or there are other types of dragons who don't serve, but dragons who lead. Okay, I'm in. I like that. So let's see, looking at our reviews right now on this first book, we have 20 global ratings, 81% are 5-star and a few 4 and 3-star. So I'm going to look at the very most recent 5-star rating. This is from Lynn Evans Jr. Incredible story, best book I have in ages. All right, this is the best book I have read so far this year, and this is 2021. In fact, it's better than all the books I read last year as well, and 2020. The author is a master storyteller as he weaves his words together sublimely. When an author is really good, I don't read their books, I live them. And book have living with dragons and dwarves and loving every page of it. Okay, there we go. Books like this are what makes reading the very best thing. The world this author has created is so rich and diverse, yet in some way so simple that it comes alive effortlessly. I can't wait to get started on book 2 in the series. Okay, so that's a pretty glowing review right there. That looks really great. All right, and so the lowest star review that we have is a 4-star review, so good job. It says a tale worth reading, and this is from Stephen Puckett. Although the story was predictable at times, it was an interesting read and met my expectations for a good book. Hey, for 20 ratings and for that's looking pretty good. All right, so apparently for the reviews as well, page 1, thumbs up. Hey, I'm going to give this book 4 thumbs up from Ronald. Great job, Sam Ferguson. You should check out this book as well as book 2 that just came out, Dominion. So this is Ascension, Dragons of Kendualdern. Yeah. Hey, check it out. Looks like a great book. All right, the next book we want to check out is from an author friend of mine, J.C. Kang. All right, and so this is Dances of Deception, the Legends of Tivara novel. Tivara. I want to go with Tivara. He can tell me if I'm right or wrong in a little bit. Dances of Deception. Again, this is not book 1 in the series. This is actually book 3 in the series, coming out on April 9th. You should check it out for sure. Just real quick on this cover here. Man, I see this dance. This looks pretty awesome. We have a girl in red dress, dual wielding swords. I mean, just look at how that kind of flows over there. You can see the action there. And then the guy in front having a much longer sword in both hands. You can see his action as well. Yeah, I like this. Again, sometimes I'm not a fan of books with characters on it, with like people on it. This I like though. So let's move to book 1 in this series, which is what we want to check out, so that it's where you would start, I'm sure. Songs of Insurrection. Now, first off, I gotta say, that's a great title for a book. I just like it. Songs of Insurrection. So here on this book, we have a female playing a musical instrument, some string musical instrument. I want to say lute, but it's wrong. But it looks like while she's playing it, there is a magic coming out of it that is taking the shape of a dragon above her. So not, like epic battle stuff going on here, but yeah, this looks like a really awesome cover. So I'm going to say thumbs up on this cover. JC, good job there, man. Looks great. All right, so let's read that blurb, that description. Okay, here we are. This is Songs of Insurrection, a Legend of Tivara story, the Dragon Song Saga, Book 1. Here we go. All right, Book Riot's top 8 adult dragon fantasy books. Lose yourself in this fusion of Asian and Western fantasy, which critics extol as wonderfully opulent, breathtaking, and unique. Here we go. Only the lost magic of dragon songs can save the world. Only an awkward girl with the perfect voice can rediscover it. The dragon singers of old summoned typhoons and routed armies, liberating mankind from the orcs before fading into legend. Now, with the world again facing a new cataclysm, the power of music stirs in Kaya, a naive misfit with the perfect voice. Without a master to guide her, she must rely on Harddeep, a disgraced foreign paladin, to help her awaken her latent magic. His motives might not be entirely noble. When he leads her to the fabled fabled dragon scale lute, it was a lute, I was right. When he leads her to the fabled dragon scale lute, which only a dragon singer can wield, it's up to Black Lotus Clan to intervene, because the instrument's fell power can save the world or destroy it. Hey, alright, looks pretty cool. I like that. Okay, so we've got some names going on here. We have dragon singers. We have Kaya, who I imagine is the female on the front cover. We have a mentor, who is Harddeep, and then we have Dragon Scale Lute, Dragon Singer, and Black Lotus Clan. So lots of names to keep up there, but I think I can handle it. All right, that's good. It's drawing me in. I like the fact that the lute on the cover is already mentioned, so looking good there. Let's read that first page. All right. Ooh, I'm flying past maps already. Oh, and there's a prologue. I love it. Chapter 1, Not So Chance Meetings. Y'all know I love it when authors name their chapters. Okay, we're moving on. All right. If marriage were a woman's grave, as a proverb claimed, 16-year-old Kaya suspected the emperor was arranging her funeral. That's a good first line. I like that. Entourage in tow, she shuffled through the castle halls toward the garden where General Lu waited. Given his notorious dislike of the arts, the self-proclaimed guardian dragon of Cathay had undoubtedly envisioned a different kind of audition when he requested to hear her sing. After all, she was dressed like a potential bride. She buried a snort. The guardian dragon, such a pretentious nickname. The only real dragon, Avarax, who lorded over some faraway land, might make for a more appealing audience. A quick trip down his gullet would spare her a slow death in a marriage with neither love nor music. And she wouldn't have to wear this gaudy dress. It compensated for her numerous physical imperfections, but stifled the only thing that made her special. How was she supposed to sing with the inner robe and gold sash squeezing her chest in a futile attempt to misrepresent her woefully underdeveloped curves? The tight fold of the skirts concealed her lanky legs, but forced the deliberate pace. At least a short stride delayed the inevitable, while preventing her unsightly feet from tripping on the hanging sleeves of the vermilion outer gown. Okay, all right, so that's our first story right there. So you see, this is our main character here, Luana. She's going into a marriage she didn't want to be in. All right, interesting. And having to sing, like I said, something that she does, but not something that she wants to do. Or wants to do in that dress. I get that. I can understand that. All right, so it looks like we have 131 global ratings. By the way, thumbs up on the description as well as the first page. Looking good. We have 131 global ratings. Half of them are 5-star. The next quarter are 4-star, and just a few 3 and 2. So let's click on the most recent 5-star rating. Wow, the most recent 5-star rating is a book unto itself. Okay. All right. Here we are. Let's see. This one is from Bookworm Blues. Amazing start to an incredible series. One of my favorite things about my job is seeing books evolve. J.C. Kang's books were a bit different than my usual because I wasn't hired to edit them, but proofread them, so they were already pretty done when they made their way to my desk. Regardless, I was absolutely swept away by the story being told and the way he told it. There are a lot of nuances in Song of Insurrection that I really enjoyed immensely. I'm such a sucker for details, and an attention to detail on the author's part that not only intrigued me, but left a path of subtle eggs for me to follow throughout the novel. I love stuff like that. All the way down here. It should be pretty obvious that I loved this book. It's a solid start to a very dynamic, fast-moving, layered series. The characters are just as well crafted as the world itself, and it's a delight to grow and involve with them as the series expands. Perhaps my favorite part of this book was the author's passion, which infuses each and every page. He put so much thought into every aspect of this book. I think it came together beautifully. Okay, well that is a really good 5-star rating. Nice. Let's see. Let's see. We have some 2-star ratings. I hear you. Okay, so let's check out a 2-star rating here. I see good story, uneven craftsmanship. All right, well, a different opinion than Bookworm Blues. Yeah. A nice idea and general plot is interesting enough to stay with the book. Overall writing is a bit uneven in style and perhaps a touch more repetitive than truly necessary. Don't look for any rewarding prose here, but with a little investment and tolerance, it's an entertaining read. In short, I could put it down, but I did pick it up and finish. I feel like that's a pretty good negative review. I could put it down, but I finished it. As an author, I'm thinking you read my book, and I'm grateful for that, right? So, hey, it looks like the reviews are in. So good job, JC. Check out Songs of Insurrection, the Legends of Tivara novel, and this is book 1 in the Dragon Song Saga. You check it out. All right, everybody, thanks so much. I hope that you might pick up one of these 2 books. They look really promising to me. I'm not going to press buy on them right now, but they do look like really great starts to really big series that are already having sequels released. So looks like pretty good stuff to me. You should definitely go check it out. Hey, if you like content like this, let me know by subscribing to my channel. I release books, videos like this every single week, and I want you to get the most epic fantasy books by indie authors that you possibly can. Thanks so much for listening. Enjoy the journey. We'll see you later.